Hello, everyone. This is Felicia Bender, the Practical Numerologist, coming at you with your monthly forecast. So if you're new to numerology, I always do this a little bit of a moment right before we start because it is important. If you're new to numerology, welcome. And yet, if you are not familiar with your personal year number in numerology, I ask you to please take one moment, head over to FeliciaBender.com, click on monthly forecast. There is a calculator there that will calculate your personal year number for you. There's also, if you look down in the description box, a very brief, very simple way to calculate that because these forecasts are based on the personal year number in numerology. They are not based on the life path number. Okay, so those are two entirely different things in numerology. We just want to make sure you're at the right place at the right time, listening to the correct forecast. And I also want to say that I feel somewhat compelled to start out these forecasts by making an observation here. And that is that it's been a rather intense and butt-kicking eclipse season for those of you who are astrologically inclined, even those of you who are not, even though, I don't know, if you're listening to a numerology video, more than likely you're keeping track of the astrological currents as well. So October was really intense in terms of the eclipses. Things are going on. Going on in the world, going on in our personal lives in a very intense fashion. So October was just a very transitional, transformational time that we're all kind of still reeling from and benefiting from. And yet it can be a lot. That's all I'm trying to say. So it really doesn't even matter what personal year you're experiencing right now. It is going to feel like a lot. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, how did that shake out for you, or how is it continuing to shake out for you in terms of eclipse season? There was a lot of Libra energy in there, a lot of relationship stuff going on across the board. So if that's something you faced in October, basically the only reason I'm bringing this up is because you are not alone. You're not alone at all. We're all going, is anyone else noticing it here, that there's a lot going on? Yes, we are all noticing it. Those of us who are noticing it are noticing it. So I really feel it's extremely important to seek out insightful, supportive information that supports all of us in making the most out of these experiences that we're having. And sometimes that simply means knowing that you're not the only one who might be a bit up against it right now and not know why. So now you know why. So I feel like it's really, truly paradigm shifting right now in the world. This is made volatile by the world events that we are experiencing, looking at all of this, right? And so I just want to say that that you and I and we all have this community of like-minded folks who are really working on it in some way, shape, or form, working on evolving your personal consciousness so that it can reverberate out. However you might personally define that. So I just wanted to start out with that little cosmic hug. Really, I need one. So so I hope you need one because I'm extending it out to you. I think we all really need it. So, okay. So what about November? So if you are in a 3 personal year, November is a 5 personal month for you. So this is the month for you to really get out there, to really stretch your wings because you've been doing a lot this year to improve yourself, to create, to, just to shake things up in terms of your optimism, your playfulness, your creativity. And so right now in November, you get a golden ticket to prioritize anything you consider to be fun and adventurous, because the 5 of your month is a really good buddy energetically with the number 3 of your year. So it brings some adventures, brings some fun stuff your way when you jump on and say yes, right? So November brings opportunity for a lot of excitement, a lot of creative advancement, and that sort of thing. So the energy of the month is all about change and freedom. Those are the 2 key terms for you for November in your 3 personal year. That 5 energy is bring a jolt of your adventurous spirit, and it can also, kind of plague you a little bit around, where do I have the freedoms in my life that I want? Where are they maybe lacking a little bit? This can be a 4-week period of time where you're really bringing those up for review. So it can really show up also as this is a month maybe where you take a little time for some traveling, maybe some other adventurous pursuits, whatever that might mean for you individually. It's definitely a time to try something new, to meet new people, bring new things into your circle, right? And even do something that scares you just a bit, just a little, right? It's really all in the mix right now, because the 5 is always pushing those boundaries, pushing the envelope, and asking you to face fears. And I always think about it as the Wizard of Oz, right? The Wicked Witch of the West. So scary, so awful. You're running from the Wicked Witch all movie long, right? And how long is that movie? Like 3.5 hours or something. I love the movie, by the way, not complaining. But toward the end is the only time where Dorothy gets cornered, and she takes the bucket of water just out of this kind of strange, reactive response, and throws it on the witch, and the water just melts her down. So it's kind of like that. It's like your biggest fear. You could just throw a little glass of water on it, see what happens, right? See if it's kind of like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, because often it is. When we can really put it in front of us and face it, it really begins to dismantle the power that it has over us. So with that said, the 5 of your month might offer a few restrictive circumstances in order to fully appreciate or even define the levels of freedom that you already enjoy. So it can be one of those things where, like, wow, dang, I'm really doing well here, or dang, I need to do better on this. I need to, I want some more time freedom. I want more money freedom. My body is really suffering right now. I haven't been taking care of my health. I need some more health freedom. Those sorts of things could very well come to a peak in November for you. That sense of containment, maybe being tethered in a way that stifles your sense of freedom, will offer a catalyst, right? As something to move the needle, to find ways to create that freedom and that sense of sovereignty that you really yearn for, and is becoming kind of up in your grill right now. And so this is kind of a duality. It's a duality that is up for you in November. So if you add that to this gregarious 3 personal year, however that's been unrolling for you, right? I'm sure we could talk. Sure, we could have a few conversations about how that's gone for you, up, down, and all around, right? And ostensibly, you've gotten some fun in, hopefully, from socializing, some creative stuff this year. And so I would just say the combination of that 3 and the 5 joining forces in November for you, the reminder is to stay grounded, right? To stay centered in. It's going to take a little bit extra effort on your part to stay focused. Just hate to break it to you, but it's true. When you get the 3 and the 5 together, they are like, I don't know, they're like your wild cousins getting together, and I don't know, just doing everything they shouldn't be. So just, you could feel, I don't know, scattered, impulsive, all of those things can come in, and that's not bad overall. It's just have an awareness around it and make it work for you rather than work against you. So the number 5 is the energy of sudden change and freedom. So this is that underlying energy that's guiding you, and keep it in mind, because you'll be offered these opportunities to make distinct and permanent change, maybe in your work life, in your domestic life. And sometimes it comes like a little roller coaster, a little hairpin curve, or, I don't know, something that just like did not see that coming, right? So that could be something that happens in your world in November. Important connections and contacts are made through networking, socializing, not by thinking about it tomorrow, as Scarlett O'Hara might say from Gone with the Wind. I don't know. I'm aging myself here because probably many of you are like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Go watch Gone with the Wind. It's a really good cultural, iconic movie, Gone with the Wind. So just, you heard it here. But get in there, mix, mingle, make those social connections. It's time to get out and about, is what I'm just basically attempting to say. November is more of a time to mix and mingle rather than stay in. Okay. So understand that those combined energies of the 3 and the 5, they really do have a tendency to manifest something, to conceive. So I would just say, if you want to get pregnant right now, this is a great month for that. The energy is right there for you. If you don't want a baby, if you don't want to conceive something of that nature, then I'd be extra careful and take those added precautions, because once again, the energy is there that supports that kind of creative conception. Okay. Understand also that conception also applies to ideas, not just babies. So ideas, plans, projects, visions, creative solutions, all of those things are open for you. So open up to those, that dynamic, very manifesting energy that you have at your fingertips here in November. So with that said, though, you may feel a little restless, a little impulsive, and around November 9th or the 16th, I would just ask you to focus on opportunities to be developed into next year, right? And let's think about it. We only have 8 weeks, November, December. So we only have 2 more months left. How could it possibly be? But here we are, of 2003. And yet something that might come into your world right now might be very appealing. And yet it's something that will be really hopped on in full force next year. So if you recognize any of these new opportunities or new interests, it could even simply be an interest that comes up and go, I've been that feels like something I might want to pursue, right? This could particularly come into play around November the 18th. And try to organize it where you can explore and yet don't get disappointed or push ahead of the game and try to make things into something that they're not quite yet. Okay. Just explore and enjoy that. Understand also that the energy of the number 5 also brings certain levels of fear. We've talked about that a little bit at the beginning of this forecast, but that restriction. So you might be faced with a few of these escalated moments. That's all I want to say, is that if this is a theme, the needle's going to keep moving back to this during this month. So just be aware of that and be open to working with it. All right. I would also say that it's a great time for socializing once again. So go to a get together, a party, something, a soiree, a gala, anything, any kind of activity event, sometime around November 19th or 28th. You may even decide to host one yourself. So that's a possibility as well. So I would just say enjoy this month of change. It can be a real pivot point for you right now. You might start feeling these inklings of the more serious and hardworking energies that are coming your way in this coming year in 2024. So give these last 2 months the send-off they deserve, right? Enjoy yourself. Start visualizing what you want to create in your life for the next 5 years and beyond, because that's really going to be the focus as you move into 2024, into January. It's going to be a little bit more about setting things up for the longer haul. But right now, you're still in creation mode. I'll remind you again, if you are a creator, if you're an artist, if you're a teacher, anything where you're creating content, all of that, really, really take advantage of these last 2 months of 2023, because the energy is really supportive of getting those projects really, really accomplished and really done for you. All right, so that is your forecast for November. If you're numerology curious, want to know more about numerology, head to FeliciaBender.com. All kinds of free stuff there, articles, a big section on life path numbers. You can also, I also provide private sessions, courses, everything you could possibly want. Numerology related is over at FeliciaBender.com. And otherwise, I'm wishing you a wonderful month, and I'll see you back here next month for the end of the year forecast.